It is a wonderful book. And she will be upstairs signing each and every one of your books. And here she is right now. Give her a round of applause. Something very special about her that you probably don't know is that she went to college law school with President Barack Obama. So if you open on one of these pages, there's a picture of both of them in law school. So give it up for Miss Charisse for donating all of these books to each and every one of you, and she will sign each and every one of them. So I want to call you upstairs in the balcony.
This is my brand new book, I Am Barack Obama, and of course this one is very close to my heart and everyone's heart, I'm sure, to celebrate our new president, the 44th president, Barack Obama. But this book was first released during inauguration as a limited inaugural edition. The actual official release date of the print version of this book won't be until March of 2009. So, but we did a little pre-release just to kind of test the waters and to really just take advantage of the inauguration, just the buzz and just the goodwill and good feelings around the inauguration. I really wanted to make sure that I had something actually going on that weekend, and it was just amazing. The reception that the book got was just so amazing.
Yes, it really did get a big reception, and again, I'll say it was one of my favorite books. It just brought tears to my eyes when I first read it. I read it a second time and did it again.
Oh, thank you.
So it's an excellent book.
Thank you.
Everyone out there should get this copy of I Am Barack Obama. It should be in every classroom.
I came into contact with the people who were planning the Hope Youth inauguration ball, and the purpose for their ball was just so similar to why I even wrote I Am Barack Obama, and it was really to somehow capture the impact that Barack Obama was having on youth nationwide, and not just youth in the sort of traditional 18 to 24 kind of age range, but really children. He's really having an impact on children, and they wanted to sort of capture that and create a celebration for children around this inauguration, and that was why I wrote I Am Barack Obama. And so a mutual friend that I was friends with a woman who was friends with someone who was planning the ball, and she just introduced us. And so if you look at the book, you'll see that it doesn't really, I always say it's not about Barack Obama, it's really about children. And so it does talk about, of course, the story of his life, but instead of just focusing on Barack Obama, it really tells his story through the eyes of children. Mm-hmm. Children who are saying to themselves that they too can change the world. And so it focuses on Barack Obama as an ordinary child growing up. It uses poetry and art again to tell that story, but then he's saying who will change the world, and then ultimately realizing that it's him. He'll change the world. And so what I did was I found children from all over the country, and I captured their stories, and they talked about why Barack Obama inspires them. And the really interesting thing is, it's not like they all said, I want to grow up and be the President of the United States, but they really get it. It's amazing how much they really get it. One child in here says, I may want to grow up and be a wealthy businessman, or I want to grow up and be an astronaut. They get the story of Barack Obama, that they can, in fact, do anything that they want to do. And that's what's so powerful about it.
It was also beautifully, beautifully illustrated. Now, did you work with this illustrator in the past, or is she someone new that you came in contact with?
This is the same illustrator that I've stuck with the whole time. Her name is Anne Marie Williams, And this is the same illustrator that we
She
used
also
from
did
Nappy. And we also used a different form of art, but the same illustrator in I Dream for Your World. Here we use collage and painting, and in Nappy and I Am Barack Obama we use painting. But yes, very talented woman, Anne Marie Williams, because I really rely on those paintings to really tell that story, because I don't like to use a lot of words. I like to use very, very colorful and very vivid words, but I don't want to use too many words, because I really want the children to be inspired, and I want them to experience the mix of the poetry and the paintings. So
wonderful. It's very beautiful. Now, the line was just astronomical at the youth inaugural ball.
Yes.
And which is one of the reasons why we're doing part of this interview here now, because it was so long we couldn't wait. And that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Author,
well, so the backstory on that is we were actually trying to find a sponsor to purchase some books so that I would have the opportunity to give them away to all the children in attendance. And we had a little trouble finding a sponsor. The economy is what it is now, and every other news story that you hear is on it, which I think also scares people. And so in the end, I just decided I really wanted to do this, and so I decided to just donate the books myself. So we ended up donating 400 books so that every child in attendance at that ball would walk away with the book. And it just really was an amazing experience I was a little nervous, I have to admit. I have to admit, I really was a little nervous. I've never quite given away something on that scale before. And so it was an Oprah moment, but I don't have Oprah's money. So
but everybody appreciated it.
Yes,
so much.
yes, and it was really, it really was so humbling how people they waited in that line. They wanted to have the book signed by the author, and they really did just appreciate the gift. And that's when you know you've done the right thing, when you just feel it in your heart. So it was a great, great, great experience.
Now, there is something about you and Barack Obama.
Yes.
There's a little mention of him in the book.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us about that?
Okay, so I actually went to law school with Barack Obama. And this is a picture before the age of digital cameras that I just happened to save. And this is a picture of us in law school in the spring of 1991. And Barack Obama was as amazing then as he is now. And so we as students were inspired by him then. He was the first African American president of the Harvard Law Review, and at the time I was president of the Black Law Students Association. And so yeah, he was in my circle of friends, and so it's just amazing to be in this position now, to actually have had that time where we actually knew each other and have been in touch. And I actually did stay in touch with him throughout, so.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Great, yes.
That's wonderful to be able to share this with everyone. Join us next time on Unity for part 2 of our interview with Charisse Carney-Nunes, author of I Am Barack Obama.